Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of FSEconomy with me, Herd37. So I've got a flight over here in KIRK. I think we've actually been here before, Kirksville, Missouri. I'm pretty sure that we had. And I actually had the flight going to KVIH, and it was looking really good. And I had the Twin Otter, but apparently, because it's this Twin Otter, I can't use it. I got to use... I have the Aerosoft Twin Otter, and apparently you can't use that in FSEconomy unless it's the Aerosoft Twin Otter. They got this Twin Otter and then the Aerosoft one. They won't work together. I thought I had done it before, but apparently you can't. But you see all the people that were going. Would have been a really nice flight had they let me, but I couldn't. So we're instead going to go over to St. Louis and fly the Cessna 337 again. That's actually how I found the flight over here to KVIH. I was looking for a 337 because we flew one in the last episode, and apparently it broke. I don't know. I wanted to fly that back. That was the whole plan, over to Toledo, Oregon, and it says it's broken. So if you remember when we were on descent, almost on approach, it sounded like something happened, like the power went down, and I actually was talking about it. I didn't know that anything was wrong, but I think that might have something did happen. So I don't know, but that plane is broken. That really sucks. And it's probably not going to get fixed because nobody flies that thing. That'd been like months since anyone had flown that particular plane. But yeah, we're going to go from KIRK, K-I-R-K, Kirksville, Missouri. So we're going to my flight over to St. Louis, KSTL. I do have some scenery for that. It's decent. It's from taxi to gate. I think it's kind of old now, but not too bad. I think we've actually shown that in FS Passengers before. All right, but we've got 5 people. That's as many as we can hold. It's going to pay $4,064, of course, minus all the fees. The plane currently has 40% fuel, so that should be just fine. Go over here to Flight Sim Commander. You can see the wind is coming from the south-southeast. We're going to take off on runway 18. That has a heading of 180. See all the waypoints I did get in there. This is very weird. I'll have to look at this. We're going to land, as you can see, because the wind is coming from the east-southeast. So we're going to land on 12 left, heading 123. Although I think AirNav has 122. Doesn't really matter. I've got this thing as 110.1 for the frequency. However, AirNav has a different, and look at these don't connect. This on 12 left and over here on 30 left, they don't connect to the air. I don't know if that's just some kind of problem in FS Commander or something or what, but yeah, they don't connect, so it's kind of odd. Let's go over here, AirNav. See, it was 108.9. So instead of 110.1, so I'll have to look. Because I don't know what it'll be in FSX now, because that's kind of odd. I've never seen that. But we're going to go here to Ryan, I guess you could say, at 6,000. And Muvdi at 6,000. It looks like Ubui, 5,000. Ferris at 3,500. And Greep over at 2,500. It says localizer only, so... Although I don't think this has an approach course anyway. It just has the localizer in the plane. But with that, we can go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright, everybody, here we are at the plane with the red livery. I figured, hey, I was going to use the yellow one, but I was like, hey, we broke that plane, so maybe we should switch to another livery. So this is technically broken, I don't know. Obviously, it doesn't really matter. There she is, in all her glory. I just look at the plane. I love that look. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it's so different. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and start this flight. Remove it. Actually says we're a little heavy. Of course, I just worry about the fuel because that's what really matters, not so much the weight. Although usually you want to be kind of close, you know. Especially with fuel concerns, because if you don't use as much as FSEconomy thinks you should have, you will get dinged. That flight won't count. I've had that happen a couple times. That's really annoying to fly for a couple hours or whatever and get that dinged. I just noticed that can't be, I don't even think you can click that. I was going to say GS because that's stands for glide slope. I'm not sure. I guess not, because you can't click it. It doesn't matter anyway. All right, let's go ahead and throw the battery on. And I'm going to go ahead and flip up the... all four. I want to go ahead and open up the cowling flaps for the rear engine. Get a little closer. It's hard to read all of a sudden. I think it's because there's glare or something. Let's go ahead and turn our beacon on. Man, it's so hard to read all of a sudden. Wing lights. It's not pitot heat. Alright. Let's go ahead and hit the high auxiliary pump. And I need to go E2. Alright, go ahead and click that off. Let's go ahead and turn her on. And we actually need to lower that a little bit. There she goes. Because actually it says 10 over here. Basically that's at idle. By the way, it says fuel flow. I guess that, yeah, that is towards 10, so it is 6. I was about to say. So basically between 8,000 and 10,000, by the way, RPM is basically idle for me. Alright, I'll go ahead and throw on the right alternator. High pump for the left. We go E1. Man, it's so hard to see now. I'm over here. There's 6, although you need to do it a little bit quicker, obviously. Gotta get used to it. Get used to the plane. Bring the throttle forward. There she goes. Go ahead and throw on the alternator. Avionics master switch. E0. Make sure we got them both there now. We do. Alright. Nav light. And we'll go ahead and throw on the pitot heat. It looks like we're pretty much all set up now. Gotta get used to this. Oh, well, here we go again. Right as I start that, right as I was about to say, it looks like we're all started up. I don't know what the problem is. Alright, so put those, I guess, should we, I'll put them on takeoff, actually. And then once we get up, I guess we'll throw it to you. I'm not really sure what it matters, to be quite honest. What does that say? When switching from dry tank, turn pump on, then hit momentarily. Is there a fuel pump down here? I don't even think there's a fuel pump down here. Or at least not one that works, anyway. I guess they're talking about these pumps. The low pressure one, I guess. Alright, anyhow. Let's go over to the traffic. Get my note card here. And a runway for takeoff. It shows 18. Come here, thing. 18. Announce our taxi to it. What is this one? The strobes, and then landing onto the right. So taxi light is on. By the way, I forgot this the other day. 180. I don't know why I always seem to forget that heading. There, she's all set up. Over to the right, so we'll taxi to the left. Let's try not to break her. I was thinking, no, if they have a problem with the right engine overheating, couldn't you just taxi with the front one? It seems like that would be, I don't know, maybe they do. I was just reading, that they have the problems. Just thinking to myself, that could be a solution. Obviously, they would know the solution. They're pilots, but you know what I'm saying. What we could do in this sim. Not sure if we'll be able to take off here from the intersection, if we're going to need to go down. because there's the entrance right there. We'll check and see if we can take off. This thing actually gets up pretty quick. It is twin engine. I think that's plenty. I mean, we get up at Toledo. We got up at Toledo extremely quick. Alright, I'll go ahead and throw the flaps out. And I guess we'll do the magneto, the little run up. Although, like I say, it is completely pointless in this plane because they don't really have that, you know, accurate. I'm not sure how old this plane is for Carenado because it doesn't have a lot of the like the pop-up panel for ready to taxi. You know, all that kind of stuff. Alright, so let's throw our parking brake on for a second. Bring this up to approximately 2,000 RPM. There's the right. We'll go left. There is actually a slight move. I just noticed that. There is, yeah, so there's a slight move. I don't think this thing is going to ever let you fail, though. Not like A to A. Looks like all the pressures are everything is good. I'm not sure where our suction gauge is. There's our suction. It's actually clear to the right. Daggone. I don't think it should technically be clear to the right, but it is. Alright, so we're heading... I was going to say, it's basically south-southeast. What does this actually say? Because that would actually tell me if we should go like 8,500 or 7,500, 9,500. 129. So that's actually technically to the... No, I guess that's still technically to the east. It's extremely close. So I'll just say east.
Kilo, India, Romeo, Kilo, traffic, Skymaster, taking off, runway 18.
That'd be up to 135 is east, I guess. So since we're doing that, well, I guess we'll go to like 9,500 feet. Looks like there's less room now, but we can still get up. If we can get up at Toledo, we can get up here, from right here. Let me bring up yoke. All right. We'll do a rolling takeoff. Although at Toledo, because you know we hold in onto the power as well. Airspeed's already alive. Oh, she's moving hardcore to the right. There's 80. Go ahead and rotate. Didn't have a ton left, did we? Positive rate gears coming up. Alright, go ahead and retract the flaps. Now our airspeed's moving a little better. We got rid of that drag. Alright, so let's come out to the left. Let our nose come down. We're pitched up pretty high. They're climbing at 1,500 feet a minute, although she's doing it easily. Here's right at 1,000. Go a little higher than 1,000 feet a minute. I like those textures. Now the nose comes up again. Alright, bringing down the power a little bit here. Turn on the flight director. There comes the nose again, creeping up on me. looks really, really nice. Really good area. OpenLC, of course. See if I can. We're kind of bouncing up and down with our altitude. I'm trying to trim it a little better here. A little more stable. The Skymaster. Bring up this GPS, get it set to where we want it. Make her a little smaller as well. Just 105 miles away. It's kind of nice that we're going to go straight in as well. It says it'll take a little less than an hour. Well, that's 105 to, how would you say it? I want to say like Ryan. I guess Ryan? Ryan? I don't know. Alright, we're already at 4,500 feet, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to put this to 80. For both of them. I was trying to mess with this lean out. I don't know if it was working or not. It hasn't moved yet. I'll keep an eye on that and see if there's any reality in the leaning it out. The exhaust gas temperature. And it looks like about 1, 2, 3. The desired track actually is 129. We're not quite on the line here, just getting a little to the left. But yeah, it does have that distinctive sound, which is pretty cool. By the way, I think we've got enough airflow over it that we can probably go ahead and close the cowl flap on the rear engine. So what do you say we go to? I'll go to 9,500. So we'll climb a little more. Oh, we're getting over to the left now. I'll go ahead and throw autopilot on. Follow the nav. So you can't click nav 1 and nav 2 either. Back course, hold the altitude heading. Can hit that for the localizer, but yeah, no approach hold, which I think we knew that yesterday. I'm gonna actually increase that. Bring the prop RPM. Alright, so we got 3,000 feet to go, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and speed on up, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Alright, everybody, slowing it down. We just crossed Royan or whatever at 6,000 feet. It's on to Muvdi, still at 6,000. I should probably give her a little more fuel here to the engines. Check out that temperature. It did move a little bit, but it's almost like it's preset because I noticed whenever you move it, it goes to the exact same temperature. So I think it's really just preset. I think it actually is calculating anything. Yeah, but so Muvdi is 6,000, and then we want to go to UB at 5,000. I put 110.10 here was what we got from Flight Simulator. We'll see if that works. If not, I'll try 108.9. I kind of think neither of them will work, but we got 3 miles to Muvdi. Like I say, we'll say it's 6,000. Forgot to turn my transponder on. I also forgot to turn that to GPS. We were kind of fading off. I was like, man, I've got it on nav, but I forgot to hit GPS. Actually, we're already crossed Muvdi, so we're 2 away. We need to be down to 5,000. Altitude hold going off. Pull back on the power. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and put the low pumps on. So those are on takeoff and landing. Go ahead and throw those pumps off. And pull back on the power a little more, because we're going to be high. Let me just find where that little buzzer is. Didn't quite get to it. There it is. Should let it go down. Like, you can't hardly move the... You can see I'm just doing that by force, but it comes right back up. It's very odd. And the trim wheel does nothing while you're descending. I don't quite understand that. Alright, UB. Wait, no. So we're already at UB, so we're going on to Ferris at 3,500. I don't know why. We're going at, what, 600-700 feet a minute. Let's see if I push forward all the way down on the yoke. She still doesn't really... And there it comes back up. So I don't quite understand that. You can see the trim wheel moves. Why is it trimming itself? I've got altitude hold turned off. I don't quite understand. I don't understand why she wants to fight me. Put those to 90. Oh, we're obviously not going to talk to the airport, to the tower. I got to mute my mic for 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Unfortunately, I think the city of St. Louis, all the cool buildings and everything are on the other side, unfortunately. So we don't get to see anything. Alright, so we need another 1,500 and get down to 3,500 at Ferris. We still haven't even really started the approach. Remember, we're on 12 left. Maybe I should have gone... Well, I chose 12 left because I believe the general aviation's over to the left, and I think the commercial's over to the right. So that's how I chose which runway. Had to use the elevation correction. I'm glad I checked. And I think it still had this as the active runway, but that's... I mean, we saw it from the weather. That would be completely incorrect. So we took this. Now, I've been through St. Louis. Went over to St. Charles. They got... We're in St. Charles. They got some good... boats, gambling boats. Good time. Went there a couple times actually. Come on, plane! You got to get down. I don't know why we're struggling like this. Why? Like I said, you push down and it wants to come back up. Like it wants to go back up to where we had the altitude hold on. I don't quite understand. See, suction is still like completely over. Got to 7.
4,000, and now at group you want to be at 2,500. 3 miles. I don't think 108.9 is going to have it either. I think 110.10 would be the best because that's what I think it's going to have in the... By the way, you can't like turn it with this. We gotta, let's see. 110. Well, actually, I put it in 110.10, didn't I? So it'd be 108.9. I still don't think that's gonna work. I think, like I say, 110.10 is gonna have it better. That has it though, doesn't it? So at 110.1, nothing, but it says like 108.9, like it has it. And it says that we're actually on the glide slope. Strange. So if that's true, let's hit this over to that, and let's see. She's probably going to straighten out. This is strange. That it actually has the one from AirNav. That's kind of odd. Almost to Greep. What would we say? Greep 2,500, so it would actually be kind of close. Actually above the glide slope now. But I can't do anything about getting down on the glide slope if it's not going to let me. I could probably put down the gear. It'll help with the drag. It's like we're just kind of floating down. We're going pretty slow, but like I say, the only thing I can do is click off the autopilot and take over. If we get off the glide slope too much, and I'll go ahead and do it. See, here's the other thing. It's like Taxi to Gate did it too with like the, I don't like the, yeah, photo real stuff. Looking like that, especially. It's almost like we're coming back on the glide slope now. So that's just right there. See, they're taking off in this direction. It's probably southwest. I think southwest, I saw a bunch of planes over there. I guess it's one of their big hubs, St. Louis. It's weird how like, but still like the roads match up. It's kind of crazy how they do that. It's just the buildings don't look that good unless you're high up above. So I say I don't get it. Gears coming down. If you haven't seen the gear in this thing, are kind of crazy. Like the way that they fold. Alright, so the gear down. We're almost back on the glide slope now. We've slowed down a little bit as well. And our rate of descent has increased. Give her a little more here on the throttle. Tell you what, we probably could just go ahead and take over. I don't even know what those two are. Make sure I've got full control of the plane. First notch of gear, I can't remember. I'm thinking we have 3 in this one. By the way, just to make sure, well, not just to make sure, we gotta have that right. Get back on the throttle here. We've gotten a little low. Second notch of flaps. There, we're back on the glide slope now. and back off the throttle a little bit. Whoa. Yeah, there's something, I don't know why the weather keeps doing that. At almost every airport, right as when I get really close to the airport, I get that wind all of a sudden. It doesn't make any sense. It's like the worst time you could do that to somebody. We've gotten way too low. Okay, now we're too high, but I needed it. I wasn't going to be able to see the runway again. I don't know what the problem is. Everything has been pretty good, and then like stuff that happens on the sim. I don't understand it. All right, we're off the power. Seem pretty good. Go ahead and get on the brakes, and we'll take this next taxiway. Oh, right where the truck came out. You crazy? You're gonna say you didn't see me? I'm playing, buddy. Now see, that has the windsock was saying that we're wrong. I just don't get it. Never will. Alright, retracting the flaps. We'll come over here and get stopped and take off all of our lights and everything. Mute my mic for 1 second as well. Alright. Turn the transponder off. Got landing lights and strobes. Alright. Stop that recording. And I'll go ahead and open that cowling for the rear engine. Let her breathe a little better. Let's see where we should go. Let me get behind this thing. I'm not really sure that it matters. I was kind of thinking, well, there looks like that's a parking area right there, maybe. So let's go on over there and we'll park her there. Is that a nice Boeing 787 Dreamliner? That's kind of cool. I can't wait till someone actually makes that plane. Quality Wings has been making that plane forever, and I've never got it out to anyone. It's delayed. Always delayed. Let's go on over. Oh, if there's any actual taxi line to follow. UPS over there. Maybe they're just dark splotches on this on the ground, not real parking areas. It's gonna be a parking area for us though. So we're gonna stop right here. Hopefully FSEconomy will get her. Put the parking brake on. Wait for FSEconomy. Sometimes it takes a little while and I just sit here and be like, please get it. Please tell me you got that. Taxi light coming off. Let me go ahead and close the cowl flaps. Pitot heat, you come off. Nav lights can come off. Go ahead and cut the fuel. I could have taken the avionics master switch off first. Turn off the beacon. I don't know why that does that, but it seems to do that every time. Coming back on. Switch those off. Off. And that's the battery. We're still hearing that little electronic sound. Everything's off. And the tanks are off. Yeah, we're still seeing stuff. Why is that? Avionics master switch is off. Battery is off. How are things still on? Turn you off. I don't know how to get the others. That's, yeah, I guess that's weird. All right. Yeah, let's go over to FSEconomy and get ourselves paid. All right, everybody. So $4,064 was the income. We rented the plane for an hour and 7 minutes at $183 an hour, so we paid $204.60 for the rental. We paid $82.49 in fuel costs. We paid $406.40 for the ground crew fee. Those costs being $488.89. We got $8.02 for Dennis this was. Yes, we got that $8. So the earnings were actually $3,378. So that's what they took off. Well, it's only like $700. That's not too bad, I guess. YT Flyers $941.53 paid to me for $2,437. Let's check out the bank real quick. I can never keep up how much we have. That's 17.6. That's what, 35, basically 36. So I'm not quite to 50. All right, but that's not bad. Up to 50. It was going to cost 60 to put avionics in our Cherokee, but I don't think we're going to do that because Ivan contacted me. He got rid of his 182, Cessna 182, so we don't have that anymore. Which is all right, because we were talking about what plane. Because I was thinking like Baron B-58, but then like that Cessna 337, which I love, it's like $300,000, just like the Baron B-58, I believe. Then Ivan and myself, if we both get up to $300,000, we can go in and get a Cessna Caravan, because the Cessna Caravan seems to be like a big money maker. You can fit a lot of people in there and everything. And this seems to be a good money maker. I wish I could fly it more, but I don't know if people like the Grand Caravan, so I don't want to fly it too much. I don't want to get people tired of it or anything. So I don't know if you all if you want to see more Caravan, just tell me. I've flown that thing a ton because we're around the world. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. We hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.